Hello, Greedy Rich here, back in Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut. Last time we, started this adventure of slaying this one princess. I'm not even sure if one is the right word for it. Because, seems to be more than just one princess, I guess. And we were sometimes slightly more successful, sometimes less. But I didn't feel like we get like a full win. So let's continue. And last time I remember, I started the slaying journey trying to slay her, but I failed, and narrator said like, oh, you failed because you hesitated. So let's check this theory. If you actually can slay her, if you're doing nothing, just go, grab the knife, kill her. That's it. And if it's turned out that it will be the same path as last time, then I guess we can get to be her pet slash priest or whatever it was. So let's just go.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Now we're going through it.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed. We're doing it.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
For
the
one
blade is your
pristine
implement.
cut.
You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
We're going in.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good.
I'm just
You're
going
still
in.
listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
She's a threat to you.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Indeed. Still your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed.
I know.
If you
what can
hesitate
do.
now, it'll be too late. End this.
No hesitation.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
Ah, I think that's different actually.
You feel flesh easily
Yes.
give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh,
Oh, indeed.
this is it, isn't it?
This is it.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
This you probably.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course, she's dead. I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of trick up her sleeve. Of course not. That was too easy. That face like, whatever, man. Well, we were supposed to be confident, so let's be confident till the end.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
Nah.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
When?
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
That's not how the deal was supposed to go.
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Oh, really? That's bullshit. Let me out of here. Oh, okay. I was kind of hoping I'd get better ending for saving the world. Yeah.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
Oh, joy.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Sure.
Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. Hell no. I have an idea how to get out the heck out of here. Of course we are. I like it here. Yeah, we're
Are we
happy.
really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
Surely we are. Okay, maybe I'm not happy. And I'm not just saying this because you're the last person I talked to. No, we're happy. I'm sure of it. How much happy are we? I wonder. What is happiness? Nah, we're happy.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is. Not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning.
Yay.
Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voice's pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Happy ending. Or not ending. Yay, good ending! You did it! You saved everyone!
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Past the point of no return. There is not going back now. Huh. Interesting. So if I've done it before getting that first whatever ending, then maybe I could have actual ending here. Interesting. Okay, maybe I'm not that happy.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here, though you're probably not going to like it.
Does this idea involve my knife?
The blade.
God
We
damn
can
it.
use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
What? No, no way.
He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not?
No.
There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Narrator wants me to stay here for some reason. And using the blade, kill us. Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
Indeed, astute observation.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
You'd better be right about this. I'll be pretty upset if we die.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want.
No, I can't.
I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
Sorry, but I'm literally unable to accept it.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
Is she still there, like her body? Or is it already...
The princess's
Okay.
body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Nice.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Oh, that was quick.
The end. Nice knowing you.
That was new. The Spectre. Was Spectre one?
You're on a path
That I
in the
already had.
woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
But wasn't Spectre the one that I had when I... Or maybe that was Nightmare. Well, we'll see, I
You're
guess.
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I killed myself. What am I
I
doing
can
here?
assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Yeah, I explored that a lot. Can I leave? Will this change anything if it's not the first time?
You have already committed to my...
Okay. That's a no.
A warning before you go any further.
This looks pretty normal so far.
She will lie, she will cheat, she won't be a problem.
Now there is mirror there.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
You didn't say anything like that. Yeah, sure, let's approach mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
Okay, let's take
You
blade.
take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent.
Is she really dead now?
Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final
She's
step,
dead.
the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
Well,
Okay.
that's a new one.
She's definitely dead. It's
Yep.
just like I told you. Before you have
Oh.
a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
Well, hello.
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
Well, she's at least smiling at me.
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
I don't know.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, killer. I was
Yeah,
hoping to see
killer.
you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Hmm. Well, she's smiling cutely. Let's wait and see. If she's kill us, then whatever.
I see you brought that annoying knife again.
Yeah.
So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
See, this is exactly what I was trying to tell you about in the woods. This has already happened. We killed her. I killed you. Why are you doing not being dead? What are you doing? Do you know why you came back? Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time. I'm sorry I killed you last time. I should have done that. Do you want me to die? Do you want me to kill myself to satisfy some sort of sick revenge fantasy? Because I already did that, and it wouldn't be hard to do it again. I'm sorry. Is there any way I can make it up for you? To you? The people who wanted you dead tricked me, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let's team up. What do you want from me? If I knew I'd wind up having to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slayed you. That's a nice thing to say. Well, I wouldn't kill you if I know there were consequences. Jeez. I died too, and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different? That's interesting question. You're dead, or at least mostly dead. What can you even do to hurt me? After I killed you, this cabin, I want to say it teleported? It wasn't in the woods anymore. Time stopped meaning anything, and I had to kill myself to escape. I guess I should tell you why I was sent to kill you. You are going to end the world. I was told you are going to end the world. Okay, clearly slaying you isn't going to work. What do you want? Okay, team, I'm out of ideas, thoughts. If you're dead, then there really isn't much for me to do, is there? I guess I'll be going. Or slaying her. That's a nice statement. You're already dead, whatever. Hey, team.
We could always try violence. It's worked for us so far. She's a ghost. Who says ghosts are immune to violence? Common sense? There's nothing common or sensible about common sense. Action and observation are the only things that matter. Fine, then let me observe that the acts of killing her and killing ourselves haven't got us much of anywhere. We're still back in this cabin, we're still dealing with her, only now she has a good reason to hate us. I suppose you have a point. Do you have any ideas then? We could always ask her what she wants. Oh, for the love of... Don't do that. Whatever she wants, it will end the world. And is that really so bad? Yes, it is by its very definition bad. But those are the only options, aren't they? Violence or doing what she wants. Or just leaving her down here. Though ignoring a problem is rarely a solution, is it? Yes, obviously things are strange right now. I think it's safe to say that you've seen something you shouldn't have seen. Whatever worlds you've hopped between, whatever versions of me you've met, none of that matters now. There's no changing what's already happened. But you have a job to finish. Finish how? We already did what you told us. And now she's a ghost. You haven't tried slaying her yet this time, though, have you? And then what?
I guess.
And then you'll have saved the world. I think he's asking about what happens after we save the world. If that's even still an option. What do you mean, after? You already know what we mean, don't you? So why don't you go ahead and tell us? Are you going to try and lock us away in a timeless void again? Because I didn't much care for that. I'm not going to lock you anywhere. What an interesting choice of emphasis.
Yeah, stop playing
Wow.
victim.
Yeah, you brought a knife with you. Was I supposed to just welcome you with open arms when you obviously had stabbing on the mind?
Well, that would be nicer. Yeah, maybe I wanted to cut you slice of cake.
It could have, but it wasn't. You can't blame me for threatening a would-be knife-wielding murderer. Especially when that would-be knife-wielding murderer became an actual knife-wielding murderer. You don't look dead, killer.
Oh,
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are.
yeah, I'm slightly interested in too as well.
I've
In this
tried to live
chat.
on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here.
Well, I know only one way around out of this place.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you?
No.
So, let me hitch a ride. After all, you own me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it?
Hmm?
Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Yeah, no.
I see. So that's how it's going to be. That makes me sad. I guess we'll have to fight then.
Perhaps.
Princess passes through you, a chill rippling along your skin, a disappointed sigh echoing in your ears. You turn and face her as she hovers between you and the stairs. Spectral tears streak down her cheeks as she places a translucent hand on your chest. It feels cold, but otherwise like nothing at all. Are we doing the right thing? Why do I feel so sad? Don't let her get to you. It doesn't matter. Somehow, soon, this too will be over, and we'll move on to something new. I feel like you all keep forgetting that.
You know what, Cold One? I'm with you here.
Her dark-rimmed eyes fall to the floor as she speaks.
I never wanted to have to hurt anybody. It's not who I wanted to be.
Who do you want to be?
The tears on her cheeks vanish. She lifts her head, sorrow replaced with wrath, staring into you with fiery anger.
But I guess you've turned me into something worse.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then... Yes? Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? Something should have happened. And yet it didn't.
We're fine.
Oh well. Yeah, I'm not really afraid.
Not yet. But let's see if you stay that way.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is.
Hmm?
A horrific splintering,
Oh.
the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
Well, I guess you can do something.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you don't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now.
If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
Yeah.
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little,
Oh.
too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. It thumps unsettlingly.
I got achievement hard repair.
Did we get her?
Maybe.
Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark, and you die.
Ah well. The Wraith. How do you even read this? Wraith?
You're on a path
Wraith?
in the wood,
Wraith?
and here we go again. Off to slay her again.
Now it's changed.
The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it. Come on, let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer. Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start?
You know what I think it is?
That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work. I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be, seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them. Okay, so you've already been here. Twice even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess. Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves. And why, pray tell, did you do that? Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us. That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending.
Well, that didn't happen, unfortunately.
Was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy.
Well, were you happy?
Kind of.
Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful.
Yes, and then she killed us.
Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real. And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seemed to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish.
All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
Why should we help you? All you're going to do is lock us away forever again. Are you the same narrator we met on the other loops? You were quick to accept that we were him before. We've killed her and been killed by her, and neither of these things have gone well for us. We're going to fall through this loop forever. Eventually, we're going to let her out. I may as well do it now. What happens if we don't do the cabin? That's another option. I'm interested about this. Are you the same?
If I had
Why
to make
do
a
you?
wager, I'd say yes and no.
Huh?
That's a hedge, not a wager. I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate. So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for us. They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it. Tell you what, I won't do that. I promise.
Ah, there we go.
Oh yeah, sure, that changes everything. I mean, he did promise. And you believed him? Then she finds a way out on her own.
Ugh, of course she does.
Yeah.
So, standing around out here is the same as us letting her out. Only we don't have to see her. That's got to be better, right?
I wonder. I feel like we will see her.
No, it's strictly worse. But she can't kill us out here. Why would staying out of killing distance be worse if she's getting out regardless? Because it's cowardly, for starters, and because the unknown is always worse than the known. But really, all you're doing right now is weighing two considerably bad options. The only solution worth considering is slaying her, and whatever delusion is holding you back from doing that is just that, a delusion. If you already managed to end her in some other world, the only reason you'd be here is that you somehow managed to do it wrong. More rules, more rhetoric. Since when is there a wrong way to slay her? I'm sick of it. Makes me want to end the world out of spite.
Let's
You
go.
continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do.
More or less.
The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care. It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
Are you trying to use reverse psychology on me, or have you just given up?
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue. Would you look at that? We won.
Yay!
Take it however you will. The interior of the cabin is long
that's
and
new.
dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward.
Where is my pristine blade?
The only furniture of note is... That's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Oh, it's my pristine blade, come on.
Great. Something else has been taken away from us.
My pristine
I suppose
blade!
the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Let's pretend there is a mirror at the end of the hallway, and that right now we can see behind it. What's there? What's behind it?
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement. The way to the basement. Don't you mean door? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening.
Huh.
What are the odds she's waiting for us right behind it? If I were running a bullshit factory, it's what I'd do. Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you, and certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement. He can't see the mirror. The knife is gone, defying his expectations. Who the hell is calling the shots here? Nobody is calling the shots. That's how reality works. You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched.
Probably
We've always
we are.
been watched. You're watching us right now. Sometimes the
aside from
feeling's
that.
just stronger than others. I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. Here we go. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Nothing. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Dun.
Shit, where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap.
That was fast.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them.
And what was all this arguing for?
You're met with a terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
You have nice lizard foods. Feet.
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right. I thought maybe you'd seen what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over.
Well, there was no knife this time, so...
Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't banish me. I'm right back here with you. A little better, a little worse. Well, maybe a lot worse. So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like you left me.
I say we let her do it. It's something different. Do we even have a choice?
Yeah, really.
You always have a choice.
Do I now?
Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade? Well, unless you have any specific ideas, I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Look, we're even now. I killed you and then you killed me. Other on the bridge, right? I never wanted to hurt you. I don't even know how I got here. I'm a victim in all of this too, you know? Wouldn't possessing me against my will make you know better than me? You don't want to be evil. You don't have to do this. Do you need to take my body? Can't I just open the door for you? That's fine, actually. Completely said. The free struggle. Yeah, water under bridge, right?
And you think that's even? How adorable. But I think you forgot about the part where you tried killing me again.
Ah, details.
If I were you, I would just want to get it over with. You lost your chance to call the shots. There's no going back to fix it now. You can either look on in horror or celebrate my freedom. But either way, you're about to become a passenger.
Let's ask her if she wants to not be evil. Because that's such fantastic option, I have to do it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Really? Is it though?
Evil is all about perspective. After all you've done, why would I ever care about what you think of me? Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far behind us.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head?
That'd be hilarious.
And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up.
Why would there be no blade? It's not like I throw it out of the window or something.
Are you seriously trying to blame this on us? Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
I like how we were arguing about stupid things while she was busy consuming our soul.
You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong. It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out.
You.
I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. There's another option, you know.
If only I had this pristine blade with me.
Don't help either of them. Flip the table.
Ah? I like you, cheated. What are you telling about?
That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's throw ourselves into the abyss.
Oh. Of course
Your
I
body,
would dare.
still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
I guess that's not an option, huh?
In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss.
Oh, really?
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter. Enough is enough. I'm tired of us always losing. It's just a step away.
Probably.
You throw everything you
The
have against
Exorcist
her and
free.
manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
Are you still my body? Not to mention killing me before.
Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall.
Someone seems happy.
What an end. But at least it's ours.
Yeah.
An empire of frigid nothing. I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it.
Yay.
What happens now?
Probably nothing.
But I want to know what he thinks happens now. Oh? And why is that?
Ah. Can I? You should pay better attention to your head. He left, gone. It's just you and you and you and me.
He's gone. But
Terminal velocity ceases, and you feel as something, a mass of growth, torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment.
What is happening to me?
You're probably getting sucked by this otherworldly thing. Yep. Figured. But you don't answer her before she's gone, and you feel the resistance underneath your feet once more. Memory returns.
she's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared. It's
I
not
would
end
have
for me.
kept them in the dark if I were you. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Oh well.
So you're the real puppet master here? Can't believe I tried to help you.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The remains. You've unraveled. You've unraveled. You find yourself in the long, quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there? Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we are real? Do you have thoughts about this vessel? Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken? When you set me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the Narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessel had one? How many more vessels do I need to bring you? Let's ask standard question. Any thoughts?
This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart.
That's nice.
Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Do you have narrator?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Probably. He does. I don't know why, but I know that for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does, and when I find him, I'm gonna kill him. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. Yeah, I want answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
I feel like more perspective is always appreciated. I think there are people.
It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Anything is real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Philosophy. How many more
Whoa.
vessels? Oh,
Whatever
really?
you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Oh, really? Do you know what's going to happen when you awake? This is the last time. Is there anything you want me to bring you? If this is the last stage before the completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here. You want something?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
You know what's
No.
gonna happen?
The point
course
of
not.
awakening is to find out.
Okay, let's go.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. A driven heart bring a wrath.
You're on a
Wraith
path in the
to her.
woods. And at the end of that
Yeah,
path,
we know. What do we want to do now? I killed her, I failed to hit her, killed her. Pfft. I went back. I guess I'm slightly curious what will happen if she'll be the goddess and we will serve her, but is it really that good for the final thing? For now, let's just Viva la
that's the
revolution!
spirit.
Yeah!
You make your way up the short path.
What if I try to kill her without the blade? Is there an option like that?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair.
Let's lie.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Let's beat her
You
up!
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot right.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Hold on, let's talk a bit first. Let's see what I can do. guess you can talk.
Okay.
Is there any question I haven't asked before? Is this the same?
I don't see what.
I guess we can go for the blade.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She
It is
needed
new.
our help to get out of here.
Oh, it
Do you
isn't.
hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess
wow.
sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Well, that is the new path.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Hello? I think we got off the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over? Let's finish this. Hello?
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Investigate the arm, close the door behind you. Let's close the door.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Come on out, let's get this over with. Alright, wait. Come on out.
I can wait. I'm very patient.
Wait.
You do your best to patiently wait her out. But eventually, exhaustion starts to set in.
Jeez, how long are we
Come
waiting?
on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Okay, let's go.
You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor.
How does that work?
The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back.
What did she do? Was she like hanging from the ceiling or something? And dropped on me?
This is the end, isn't it?
Probably.
I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh well. Ooh, the beast.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Yeah, okay, I know all of this, so let's proceed.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I wonder what kind of voice we will get here.
Does a cat lie to a cornered
hunted.
mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
Is she?
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
Smell.
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's take blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the...
Let's go to the mirror.
Walk
again,
up to the
because
wall
why
next
not?
to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Nah,
You
nothing
reach
new.
forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you...
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone.
Okay. Let's go in. Face the beast.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
I expected her to be more beastly.
She sounds almost feral.
Does she? I feel like she was sounding more feral in some other routes.
Impatient. Or maybe eager.
Ah,
You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
she has a tail now?
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Isn't that she?
You
Ah.
see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
Yeah, ordinary princess with a tail and everything.
She is certainly not just a princess.
Princess of a jungle, maybe.
You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Or will she eat me?
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Where? And you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. You don't have to kill each other, you know that, right? Move. No time to ask.
You lunge to the side,
Whoa.
taking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot
Wow.
where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
Yeah, it was not time to be asking stuff or talking. She was already bouncing.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs.
So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
Need to hunt her. What do you want? You don't have to kill each other. What if I help you? What if we left together? If you could get out of here on your own, wouldn't you have left already? Stop hiding and show yourself. I was sent to kill you because you're a threat to the world. I'm starting to believe that's true. Run for the stairs. Stop hiding.
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
You're
And
deflecting.
you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive.
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
How exactly are we supposed to take back the momentum here? Survive. Survive is an option. Nice. Wait for her to strike and hit her back. Play dead, stand still. I guess.
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain.
Fight.
We just
Successful
have to
take the
stay
fight to the
alive.
creature in its den.
If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you tighten her grip on the blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you. Your sense blown, and can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness. Look at that! We wounded her. And she wounded us. Bad trade.
Maybe true.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
Oh.
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuffle is brief, and though you inflict a few deep wounds, you find yourself quickly overwhelmed by her savagery. You collapse to the floor, and she wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine
Wah.
severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor. The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
You were too busy dying to protest your death. The den. Ooh.
You're on a path in the wood.
Yeah, we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we die. We're taking
Yeah.
it head on and we're winning.
That was the same one voice from the Fury ending.
You felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger?
When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's nothing worse than a bully that thinks they own you.
Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I have to do the hard work of dragging us out.
And how do you intend to do that?
We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows.
Well, no complaints here. Now hold on. We're not just gonna let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we?
He's not important. He can have his secrets for all I care. She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
Okay, what's the plan? Path is different than it was before. I want answers. What is going on here? What do you know that you're not telling me? What if we just leave? What happens then? No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's proceed. Silently proceed. I'm done with this. Bye. Can I? Or is it again? You can't do this because you've already done it. Hey,
Like I
let's
said,
ask.
we're going to fight her.
Oh, that's a great plan.
But we're so small.
We don't actually know how big she is. We just know she wants us to think she's big. And if she's going to treat us like prey again, then she is sorely underestimating us. One good wallop, that's all we need to put her on the defensive.
The path is
Ground
different.
is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt.
Oh,
If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much. Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you and for the rest of existence. But especially for you.
We don't need your pep talk. I'll make sure we pull this off.
the
I've told
answers.
you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. Like that grumbling voice said just a moment ago, you've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much else in the way of motivation.
What if we just leave?
She was still there last time. I'm not so sure she can free herself without our help. Maybe not quickly, but it's inevitable. That cabin won't last forever.
Can I do it?
You have already.
No, okay. Yeah, let's see it through.
You make your way down to the cabin.
Oh,
Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do.
We've already been over the plan.
can I get a knife this time?
I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan.
It's a better plan than you had last time.
I don't like this, but I'll try to keep us breathing.
Going
The
in.
interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade. Even if it's not a very big one.
Great. That mirror's back. And it's where the door is supposed to be. What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
If that mirror's blocking our way, just smash it and be done with it.
Yes,
The
take the
blade?
steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Good. One step closer to ending this.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair.
No.
You heard him. Stop hesitating and smash that antique.
That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually.
It went away after we reached out to it last time. Might as well try wiping it clean again. What's the harm?
Smash it!
You bring your fist crashing down into the open hole leading to the basement, throwing yourself off balance and tumbling headlong into the pitch black.
Oh my god.
If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs, no entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
Okay. We have unfinished business. We should talk. We don't have to fight. I'm ready to let you out of here. Lie. We don't have to fight. I'm ready to here. Yeah, let's be silent.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is.
Do we? Staying quiet, are we? You don't have to do it. Step into the shadows, ready to fight. Step into the shadows and try to lure her out. Let's be ready to fight.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike. With the
Wow.
near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. You're quick to react, swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood. She recoils, stunned for a brief moment.
See? I told you. We needed to assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now.
Her gleaming eyes watch you from the shadows, unblinking. There's fear in them now, but it is a fear wreathed in fury, and beneath it all lurks something far more primal. Hunger.
Oh.
Yes, she knows your strength now.
She wishes to devour it. How unseemly.
I'd like to see her try.
The princess lunges with even more ferocity than before. Both voices were right. Within that ferocity there is the clumsiness of doubt, a chaotic dance between impulse and restraint. Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows in the dark. The glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your confidence. And yet, for all the wounds you've managed to inflict upon her, you remain at a stalemate. And then you start to lose ground. While your body slows, hers quickens, her wounds mending as she licks the blood of her prey from her dripping maw.
So she really can devour our strength. Can we do something like that? All these wounds are starting to add up.
Nah, screw that. We're not stooping to her level. We'll just have to give this our all, end it in one final hit.
We die if we do that. We have to make ourselves like her. We have to embrace instinct. She shifts towards you, her bloody grin shining in the dark. And then you see it. Your opening.
Take it. Put her down like the mindless beast she is.
Take the opening and strike at her heart. Embrace instinct. Decisions. I would normally be for the first option, but I wonder what will my instinct says to me. Say, you know what? Let's try this instinct. Why not?
You hurl yourself
Wow.
towards the princess's body, carving into her not with steel, but instead with tooth and claw. You are a blur of bloodied things that tear and rend. Yes, yes, we are not prey. We are more. The princess howls in fear and outrage as you peel away a chunk of her flesh. But as the bloody meat slides down your throat, you feel invigorated. Your wounds burn less, you feel faster, more responsive. Again, the more we take of her, the less she will be able to take of us. There is no time to rest if you're to do this right. She tries to bat you away with her massive paw, but as it smashes into your ribs, you clamp your teeth around the limb. You give her no time to react before snapping it from its joint.
Wow. Brutal.
The princess pulls back in pained shock as you crunch through bone, devouring the arm that was part of her. It's part of you now. Your wounds heal.
That's disgusting. I don't want to do that.
You were the one who asked if we could do this, and if it means we win, well, we have to win. Victory demands we do whatever it takes to claim it.
I didn't think it would be so dehumanizing.
But we feel bigger than her now, don't we? The feeling doesn't linger. As you choke down the last of her severed arm, she lunges, taking advantage of the distraction. In a frenzied flash of blood and feathers, she rips into your side, swallowing another piece of you. Weakness returns. Her arm starts to mend itself, fresh claws sprouting from developing flesh. We can't be small again. We have to take more. We have to take it now.
Now.
You descend upon her again, jaws gnashing, desperate to regain your power. You both lose yourself in the rhythm of the beast. You devouring her, and she devouring you. Mending and bleeding and consuming in an endless cycle. On and on and on.
Come on, just one more bite, then we'll have her right where we want her.
Am I really the only one who's not on board with this? I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah, hero, that's kind of weird, but
The more you
Well-
consume, the more the lines that differentiate you and her begin to blur. The flesh of your body's twisting into warped reflections of what you swallow. You have to snap out of this. You can't destroy her if you lose sight of yourself. We are the predator now. There is nothing to do but embrace our true nature. But words fade into hollow vibrations as you and she continue to tear at each other in the darkness. There are no beginnings. There are no endings. There are no moments of calm. There is only savage violence.
Did
Violence.
you say no endings?
there's gotta be ending. But he doesn't respond. He's gone.
But how are we supposed to know if we won?
We have won. We'll never die so long as we keep eating. We can be forever.
But you and she are separated, your flesh ripped from where it joins together. Before forever came to pass, you lock eyes. You see a new emotion there, shame. What have we done? They ask. You don't get the opportunity to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go?
She eats, he eats,
Should we
she
try and
eats,
find
he
her?
eats. Embrace instinct in dark, something.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Let's just go. Yeah, approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. That thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
The voices feel small, distant, as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. Oh, really? But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadows, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Ooh, narrator. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image and the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Ooh, trippy. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Ooh. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will you help if I go away and stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you part of me? Or are you something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. I've met you many times. Have you been the same you all along? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is this place? Where are we? Destroy the mirror.
The narrator.
Get
Yes.
this.
I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Have you been
I haven't,
along
and
this
that's
time?
by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Oh. What are you?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
You made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Oh. A god? I always know I was special. Are you a god, or were you a god?
No. In life, I was painfully mortal. A witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something. So I made you. And I made her. And I made this place to hold you both.
Oh, really? How am I supposed to read the word of death?
By
That's
slaying
nice
the
question.
princess. Once she's gone, everyone will get to exist exactly as they are. No more fear, no more howling chaos, just life. Forever.
You made us out of
The
what?
cycle of life and death. The endless pattern of creation and destruction. I tore it in two and shaped the fraying threads into you and her.
What do I want? Why are you so
Her
open?
nature is to become what others perceive her to be. If you actually knew what she was, if you knew her capabilities, a single intrusive thought could have instantly ended the entire world.
Hmm.
Yes,
Oh my god.
you are special, unique even, and you still have a task that you need to do, and only you can do it.
Are there even people out there?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
One time, Death of the Outer ran out of the question. I think you're out of time. I'm not here. I am going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Or lie about this. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this. Say nothing on what she meant. I think you're out
So
of
I
time.
am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. Long quiet. All of this is you. You are the long quiet, vast and nascent God. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Ravenous heart bring a dent to her. When you arrive at the heart of the things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Wow. Princess Eruption.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
You look the most like that multi-faced one. Except you're not stabbed on any of your faces this time.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I missed you too. You know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means. What happens now? Do you know him?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Yeah, what is long quiet?
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Is this final liberation also death of everything? There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make choice. Have I let you out? The entire world's end for good. I can't do that. If you are always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? It didn't matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment. There has to be another way. Can't just come down to me destroying you or letting you go. I won't do it. I told you what was going to happen when you reach this point, slay the princess. Or just slay the princess. Or I think it's time for us to leave this place. I don't know how to leave or where to go. Well, let's explore. I'm interested in this. Did it even matter?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh.
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. But we had a dance unfinished, and in the pitch black of the earth we found it, a ravenous symphony of death and rebirth. The dance is its own truth. It is the movement that matters, not the pause you mistake for an ending.
There is this vessel statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but this isn't what any of this has been about. Reject your authority. You've done nothing but lecture me since the moment I got here. Argue your independence. You act as though the world can exist without you, but I've existed without you. Reject her perspective. I won't engage in violence. Remain silent. Yeah, I exist without you.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape.
The first time we met, I executed without second thought, and at the end of my confrontation with your spirit, I hurled you down a bottomless pit. Explore, address this vessel statement directly. Features shared humanity, rejects our authority. Continue to argue your independence. What are the woods then? What is the cabin? What is the time we spend apart with me not existing myself? I get it, there is no need for us to keep fighting. I live with you, I just don't know how. And that is a fact, but I don't think that really matter now. I'm not sure what that means. Address this vessel statement directly. Yeah, what is this?
Time you spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me. Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you?
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart. And there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
I wouldn't be here if destroying you would leave all of reality a colorless blur.
You place far too much trust into the ravings of a fearful and ignorant soul who overstepped his bounds. There is no end, and there is no end. The flood of bodies, only the flood of bodies. You hold every possible every moment, and then you hold them all again. Sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
Now you want to be endless? I thought you were supposed to be the death and I was supposed to be the life or whatever. I saw every version of us was a reality and not every reality had you drawing breath. Even then I went on, the world doesn't need you. I'd rather trust my ignorant soul who died trying to make things better than a god who let the wheel of suffering turn forever. Let's go!
Intent is nothing. Wisdom is everything. I turn the wheel because suffering is a falsehood, a delusion. It is up to the world to free itself of it. Would you plunge yourself into a cold and empty eternity on faith alone? Would you
I did,
destroy the only
literally.
other thing like you to save a world you've never seen?
I literally done it one run before.
Is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that feel it.
I find it interesting that I'm arguing for, like, she seems to be arguing for status quo and I am arguing her, like, to change the world into something unnatural. Even when you reduced me to nothing, you could not rid yourself of me, but I was able to rid myself of you. Oh, interesting. I have more arguments for independence now. If I need to destroy you to build a better world, I will. Say anything about destroying you, I just need to make you stop. I will.
And if I need to spend all of eternity to stop you, then I will gladly do so.
As the clash between you abates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Oh, we are back at the beginning? It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready to leave. I never wanted to fight you. I can't let this happen, I can't let everything die. I have to fight for a better world. You are cruelty itself and I can't let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand and respect it, but you keep dismissing mine. You think you can change me, and I must be able to change you. That is interesting. Kind of. But let's
It is
explore
from
more.
my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What happened?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Let's go with this. I'm curious.
What I offer you is not perspective, it is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now,
You don't have to do it alone.
Oh. Which hero are you? I have no idea how good it is to hear you. I can do it alone. Where's everyone else? How are you supposed to help? I thought voices weren't allowed here. I thought you died whenever I look at mirror. I said nothing. Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Interesting. And where's
They're
everyone
still
else?
where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
Ooh.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Don't think any of the others have forgotten what you said at the mirror. They all talked, and they're not happy.
What did I say at mirror?
But we can discuss that later. We have a job to do. Do you need me to describe things?
I'd like that for old time's sake. Is it just you and me that anyone else make it to cabin? Is the narrator really gonna take Blade under the basement? Yeah, let's do it.
Of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
When did I broke it?
And I know you're still trying to find some middle
All right,
but
when
if things
narrator.
go south, we're going to need that blade.
It's just me and you?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Narrator is
Yeah,
gone?
it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Oh well. I don't actually know how to feel about him being gone. Riddance. It's fun after everything he put us through. I'm kind of sad to see him go. Yeah,
It's complicated.
I
He put
like
us
him.
through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
well, it's time to
That's
take
probably
Blade.
for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
I guess. Unless you wanted beast ending.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me?
She's not chained this time, huh?
You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Well, it is time to do what we've come here to do.
So this is it then. Let's see this through.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
I guess this is what they said at the intro. I don't think I saw it, but there is like this warning about content, etc., etc., and at the end it says this is a love story. So I guess that's the part that's love story. You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small melancholic weight that sits at the border of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself, but the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
Huh. No, she's not. A small part of her is with us. No, she's not. And leave the cabin.
Is
I
that
guess.
a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Yep. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
Well, I am apparently alone quiet, so that makes sense. The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. Fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning the cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to the finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressuring in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
We didn't forget what you told us.
Hmm?
You thought we'd be gone. Thought you could taunt us with death.
We never left. We've just been quiet, hiding somewhere else. But we don't need to be quiet any longer. We're the house now. We get to make the rules. And I'm not sure you'll like those new rules.
Hmm?
You should never make assumptions about things you don't know, like whether or not the voices in your head will be gone for good. Torturer, and to think I thought we could rely on you. Can't even trust ourselves.
What did I even do to them that they were so mad about?
This is going to be fun, isn't it?
Slaying our beloved and threatening us with damnation. There's no good ending for you. You all need to lighten up. Telling us we were going to die was funny.
Yeah!
I'm not sure they agree with you. Voices get around.
Knives out, boys.
It's time to get to work.
A new and unending down, and everyone hates you. That's my ending, I guess. Maybe at some one point I choose like near the mirror that, oh, by the way, you're going to die. And that's why they are mad. Well, that was Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut. It sure was interesting, And it seems like more of my choices matter than I expect them to. Or like even different choices matter than I expected them to. Because it would seem that like the way I treated my voices was more important than whatever path I choose with princesses. Maybe the path would matter if I like choose some different themes. Not the independence path. There seems to be quite a lot of possible options. Our song finished the game, the good ending doesn't count. The princess. I'm taking what I own. I'm owned. The word ender, the shifting mount movement 4. An empty void that dared to dream it was alive, the rhythm of the flesh. The shifting mount movement 1, the long quiet. To be everything. Shifting mount movement 5. The shifting mount movement. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to read it left and then right. Princess, the word ender. An empty void that dared to dream it was alive. The shifting mount movement 1. Be everything. Shifting mount movement 2. Moment of clarity. Moment of clarity I remember being like the ending. The shifting mount movement 3. Taking what I'm out. Shifting movement 4. Not the flesh, long quiet. Shifting movement 5, transformation. Maybe this thing like signifies like flags I grabbed on the way. That's what our song is. Well, thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. Oh, this is the song's title, literally. If you like to take a screenshot, you can either by hitting H. Sure, I guess. Let's take a screenshot. Oh. Or not, because it actually moved to main menu. Whatever, I can just look at this on the archive, whatever. And now that you finished the full story for the first time, you also unlock the gallery. You can access it from the main and in-game menus under the Memories tab, and it's full of clues that will help you find undiscovered vessels and interactions. Happy hunting! Explore, join the Discord, explore, join the mailing list, explore, join the subreddit, explore, follow us somewhere else, explore, make your playlist, explore, play our other game, make your playlist? Oh, okay, this is linked to Spotify. Return to main menu. So let's check memories. Beginning and endings. The hero and the princess. Space between. The ending of everything. Oh, wow. Yay! Everything would be so easy if you would just do exactly as I say, as quickly as you can. Oh, I guess this is a CG from first chapter that I could get. Find the damsel, find the prisoner, find the razor. I thought you said she wasn't armed. Find the adversary. Always leave a means of easy egress. Get her to break her own chain. Find the witch. On a path in the woods, and at the path is a cabin, and at the basement of this cabin is a princess. Find the tower. I see the find the something is basically the paths that you can get from here. So there is quite a lot of them actually. I only found Beast, Nightmare, Spectre and Tower. There seems to be also Razor, Prisoner, Adversary, Witch and Damsel. And I guess these three are... Oh, and Stranger. Maybe some other options like this good ending. Let's see. Space between. What is space between? Ah, I see. Well, I have... Oh, never mind. Then both of you to an incomplete existence. Ah, interesting. I wonder who's the both. Me and Princess or me and Narrator? The end of everything. Finish the game. Finish the game. Return to the beginning and slay her once and for all. Go to where it all started. Find your freedom and as gods forever. It's probably if I choose to release her. Go back to where it all started and meet her face to face. The end is never the end is never the end. That's the line from Stanley Parable. Live with her at the end of everything. Go back to where it all started. You always were a bit of contrarian, weren't you? We don't think there is a way for us to live, but maybe there doesn't have to be an ending. We want whatever may be on the opposite side of this door, something new that we'll experience together. Return to your strange beginning and slay her once and for all. The fruits of your labor, the world free from death. Destroy her without an outside help. Destroy her without an outside help, and then find your new world. Feed her without an outside help, and then offer her grace. Oh. And vessels. Oh, there is quite a lot of them. Meet your equal in combat. Tower. Doubt forces the hand of fealty. Spectre. The remains of violence free from hesitation. Nightmare. Fear locked away in the basement of your mind. She isn't armed, is she? The beast. Softness. Cornet turns to viciousness. Betray her before she can betray you. Stranger, a peek behind the curtain, likely far too soon. Free an abrasive prisoner. Free a gentle captive. Need more space. A narrow cave is no place to fight, and it's no place to stay forever. The fury, an angel felled, is a demon's scorn. One may resist the divine, but it is very hard to kill a god. There is no shame in failing. I see. So it's in despite if I wouldn't kill her. This. Sometimes when you cut something out of you, a piece of you lives with it. A wrath, broken doll, a spirit slain. A moment of clarity, a witness to one's darkest fears. To then, the creature's lair. Become one with the princess in a very literal sense. May involve but does not necessarily being eaten. I guess this is from the beast. Sometimes the only way to break a vicious cycle is to put your heart on the line. But when you've seen the worst side the prison of the world can offer, you can always choose to walk away empty-handed. There are many reasons spirits may linger, the flames of passion, the flood of words left unspoken. You don't need the word for your happy ending. Oh, and even with this, there is quite a lot. Oh, I have all of this in Moment of Clarity. Probably because there was... I don't think there was even choice in Moment of Clarity. The Dan had quite a lot. Oh, the strangers, I have almost everything. Split her as much as you're able. I thought I did. Ah. The beast. The Spectre. The Tower. Fury also had a lot. Wraith. Set your demons loose upon the world. There is no choice here, she will take what she's owed. Okay. So it seems there is... what? I have like 3, 4, 7, 9. There is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 more. But I'm not sure. I feel like now that I get like overall ending, like getting this princess just for collection's sake would be kind of I mean, I will do it either way, but I feel like since we got the entire story, it wouldn't be as exciting as for a stream, so this may be where this series ends. It was really fun. Pretty short. Yeah, I really like it. It was something very much else. And what else do I want to say? So yeah, next week we will have a different game. I have already one planned. But yeah, as per usual, since I haven't tested even, so I'm not saying more right now. And yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching this pretty short series, and see you on something else. Bye!